right, welcome everyone. If you are just tuning in, we're gonna get started here. If you are watching this back live, welcome. I would probably skip about 5 minutes until we get set up. If you are live, if you are watching this back. Other than that, we're gonna take a look at the market. Been out of touch with the market for a few days, so we're gonna start looking back at things like that. If you are welcome. If you are in here, sorry, we took a long break. We'll be back on schedule next week. I had a it was my birthday week. I had some things come up, so that is why we weren't live. So if you do have any questions to start off the day, let me know. Cool. Cool. Amazon is really, we talked about, we did a little live stream last night. So that was exciting as well. We did do a live last night. We did do a couple things on that as well. So yeah, if you guys are welcome. All right. Cool. We're gonna get started in a couple seconds. I got to send out some things. Man, really excited. I got out of Futu when I did. Futu is absolutely tanking right now. So, Futu and Tiger, I exited those positions yesterday, a couple days ago. Thank the Lord I did. One of my favorite growth stocks, but the China sentiment is just absolutely terrible right now. Has nothing to do with the companies, just China stocks are just getting absolutely beat up. So Futu sinks Futu at $60 is a little hard to look at. It's one of my favorite stocks long term. So super sad to see that. But if you are going in, if you are joining in, if you got any ticker questions, we will take a look at all of those. Super sad to see Futu down this much, though. It really is. Hey, what's up, James? How you doing? Finally live. Hopefully, James. XP and APPS are and BCRX, my top three holdings, are doing relatively well today. That is good to see, but still, China names are crazy right now, so pretty sad, but that's okay. One day. All right, perfect. We are ready to go. All right, if you got any tickers, drop them. We will take a look. Did want to look at Amazon today. Amazon, good to hear. Amazon, super perfect. We actually looked at this graph last night. We had our neckline at about 3,300. I said that was a good place to buy calls. Yeah, we broke above this neckline on this head and shoulders. So, again, this is one of these stocks that should see some run up into earnings. I expect this to be about 3,500 into earnings, so that looks really good. BBIG, we'll take a look. So BBIG is super bullish at these levels. We talked about this last night. So we have, we broke this really, let me turn on my heater. But we broke this really big falling wedge. We had this week-long falling wedge on BBIG. We finally broke it. And then to add on top of that, when we look at our MACD shows if we're turning bullish or not. Our exponential just crossed on the daily. So we have a lot of upside to come on BBIG. Pretty good swing, especially if we can base over 10. 10's a huge pivot point for us. What's up, Janelle? Looks strong and took a large position at 5. Yeah, BBIG looks really good. We can definitely run with MACD curling up, RSI broken out of our falling wedge. We could definitely see some upside for sure. The supply chain problem. Don't have a problem with the supply chain. That'd be something else. That'll cause inflation to rise and economic problems. No, I don't think the market. I don't think that'll be a problem at all. No worries. I shorted LMFA. Let's take a look. Yeah, LMFA would have been a decent short. We had this super big pop after hours, but yeah, it looks like we're going to continue to go down on there. Nothing too big. Yeah, large position at 5. Yeah, super good. And actually, if I was to see this again, we looked really good. So when we broke it out of our, this is our resistance line right here. Right when we crossed over, we started to curl a little bit. Would have been a great place to buy in these 5 ranges. I do agree. What's up, JC? How's it going? But yeah, BBIG looks good. Like I said, another one of Okigen. I did take off a lot of shares on Okigen yesterday. Still intact though. All the technicals are still intact. We could see some more upside on this as well. Yeah, tons of stuff setting up. Like I said, I was gone for most of the week, so I didn't really take too many plays. Jeez, Futu is crazy. Futu, one of those names were almost back down before we had this crazy run up. Absolutely insane. Bitcoin's going right now. I do own Bitcoin and crypto, so good to see that crypto is doing well, but I don't really get too excited on crypto. It's one of those, I think Bitcoin's going to be at $1 million, so it's one of those just hold it kind of deals until $1 million. So, it's exciting to see cryptos having these huge jump ups, but for me, it's more of a long-term thesis. So, exciting as it is, it's really not, super excited. Yeah. Inflation for China manufacturing is the highest level. Okay, we see volatility for a while, which we've already seen at the market lately. A little bit. Inflation for trying to manufacturing us at the highest level. Yeah, possibly. I still don't think that the major indices are going to take any big hits. What's up, Sam? How's it going? Happy Friday. Yeah, I will. Next week we will be on track for being live every day. I also set up live alerts on Patreon, so those are going to start next week. I have some Discord channels that I'm setting up for those. There's also some other stuff. I think I'm doing like a Sunday watch list now. I'm gonna do a Sunday watch list and then there's gonna be live alerts and some stuff like that. So that'll be to look forward this week. I'm gonna really start pushing next week to back to what we were doing. Look at go-to no position. What's a good target for entry? Sure, let's take a look. What is even SPY doing? Wow, really nice day on SPY. Super nice. Just grinding up. So this is a techno. Let's take a look. So again, this is one of those companies that I wouldn't want to buy into because it's just been on a downside for so much. We have a huge gap to fill up to $9, but for me it looks like right now would be a decent spot. If we just risk off our last low down here at 335, or sorry, I apologize, at 325, anywhere in here with a 325 stop loss would be good. It looks like we are making baby steps up to this gap to fill, so 325 stop on that doesn't look terrible. We have a huge gap up to $9, so it could get explosive. One of those days, you could wake up and it could just be up, 20-30% for sure. Berkeley, again, don't really like it at all. We've just been downtrending. Not a big fan of it. I'm gonna look at Tiger. Tiger's, wow, crazy with China. Futu's almost back down to these levels. I think at 37 I might buy if it gets down there. I think the American MSN is ignoring the many fonts of intimate major was looming with China, Russia, Iran, Turkey. Yeah, I mean, it's just, yeah, I mean, my problem is nothing is fundamentally changing with these companies, and we're, back down to, we've gotten cut in a 4. So I lost a little bit of money on Futu and Tiger. Well, a little bit more than a little bit of money. I lost quite a bit, but man, it's so hard with China. I'm personally never going to be trying China again. China's just, there's just too many regulations that are different in China versus America. With China, there's just with reporting earnings, stuff like that, it can all be fabricated. There's not as strict SEC rules that they have to comply with. So unfortunately, I don't know if I'm going to be playing China ever again. There's a lot of good American stocks, and China is just kind of a crap show. Learned my lesson on buying Chinese stocks. Absolutely crazy that all of them are down 80% trough to peak, or peak to trough. Didn't really think we'd ever see the day, but on Futu, I really think it needs to see a bounce. But again, if China sentiment stays positive, it could keep going down or get delisted. Who knows? Yep, stay away from China. Yep, learned my lesson. did learn my lesson on China. So, you know, again, I haven't played China. I really thought, I really like these growth stocks I wanted to get in, but yeah, I did learn my lesson on China for sure. We'll look at Prague, but yeah, my growth portfolio is actually doing really, really good. Like I said, I consolidated down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 names, and all those names are doing really, really well. FLGT, we're going to take a look at FLGT. FLGT has not been doing well. Broke out of this. FLGT might be looking to cut my position on this one, but I don't know. I need to review my whole growth portfolio this weekend and update it. Okay, we'll take a look at Prague, and then we can look at that growth on there. Prague looks decent. Yeah, we actually are a super, super nice bull flag we're consolidating into. So let's take a look. We have this nice bull flag setting up, or a falling wedge. Let's see. We have a little resistance right here in this $2, $2.88 range, but this looks like a decent swing. If you swing this with a stop loss at about $2, this is actually a really, really good risk reward. A $2 risk reward, we're starting to see a lot of volume come in again. You can parallel up MACD. MACD might be a big indicator on here. Oops. Let's take a look at MACD. MACD will apply that. Yeah, MACD's bullish on the 1 day as well. But yeah, this looks like a definite good swing for a little bit if you have a stop loss under $2. APPF. Okay, we'll take a look. Appfolio. So the chart doesn't show any interesting growth. Actually, it's okay. Let's take a look at the chart. Looks okay. Let's take a look at growth year over year. We'll take a look at that. So we'll go to Yahoo Finance, financials. So growth is kind of there, not as good as I would like to see though. Quarterly, it's definitely has some growth, but I've compared this to something kind of like Apple. There's just not a whole lot of growth to be too excited about, but it is there. I'd probably, when we're looking, if you are looking at, a stock for, growth, refer back to something like APPS, where we're almost doubling every year. Really, really good growth on there. You can check those numbers. Lots of really, really good growth stocks out there. OCGN, yeah, we'll take a look at OCGN. OCGN is decent. Like I said, I have shares at about $7.75. So I did take off a majority at about 10.5, but we broke out of this huge bull flag, so we should see some continuation. We had a little bit of pullback today, but I do expect to see some continuation on this name. If I was gonna buy, honestly, if you could get any ads in like the low nines look like they'd be really good ads. Like in this 882 to 921 would be a great spot to add if that ever does come. Adder's done. Don't like it. I don't think we're gonna have a jump, to be honest with you, at all. Hey, what's up? All right. All right, I will do it right now. Yeah, I will do it right now. Yep. All right. Bye. Okay. Cool. We'll look. Okay. Sorry to answer that phone call. I'm trying to look at my growth stocks. There's a lot that are doing really, really well, and some that are not doing very well. I'm up 20% on my APPS. DMTK is doing bad. It looks like DMTK and XPEL are not doing that way. So DMTK is really, really close to breakout. Almost reminds me of an Okijin chart right here. Really, really like the setup in XPEL. Yeah, XPEL looks decent. APPS is growth beast, yeah, and cheaper than APPS. Wait to see if APPS comes back in price. I don't think we're going to see APPS come back in price. I mean, we've had this huge consolidation for a while. I've been talking about this name for a long time. APPS is it is a growth beast. I think earnings, we always kill it on earnings. I mean, earnings are just always phenomenal for APPS, so I really don't think we're going to see a pullback. I mean, obviously on the, we just, on the 1 year, 1 day for the last year, our MACD has not crossed positive. We just passed positive a bit, so this is one of the stocks that I do think will be up, by end of next year to in the $200-300 range. I would expect something like that. Another growth name that I did add was Afrim. I did look at Afrim's numbers. It was a little overextended. I wish I would have gotten a bit cheaper, but I did adding a big position into Afrim as well. And Afrim has been doing really well. I got in at about 138, so I'm already up a good position. Afrim is one super, super good name. Yeah, there's nothing like APPS. XP is a really, really monster too. And thankfully, XP is back to all-time highs. We had this really, really big dip. XP has been doing really, really nice. XP is a little overextended, but really, really like XP's. I think that the best earnings, if I go back to my history, when I look back at my growth stocks that always perform on earnings, is XP and APPS. XP gapped up from what, $30 to $60 last earnings. So I think that XP earnings will be good. I know XP earnings will be good. Same with APPS. So I would, think that, taking, if we look at the chart, right, I think we're going to run into earnings, but, even some $60, $70 calls on XP possibly will hit. APPS, not too sure. Time to buy APS was months. Yeah, I mean, APPS, I bought a crap ton down here in about the 57 range. 57 to 60 range. I bought a ton to my already position. Like I said, it makes up 20% of my portfolio for a reason. Greenwich Holdings. Okay, so interesting. Undervalued is going to be hard, so we did fill this. My only problem here is with GRE is we have a gap down to $11. I don't think we're going to bounce. We are starting to curl up a little bit, but this is one of these stocks that I just think we're not going to curl up. We have a big gap down to 11, so I probably don't. I don't even want to look too much at the actual stock. I'm not really a big fan of this. Looks like, we've just been downtrending for a while, so I doubt that we're going to see any major, upside on here, unfortunately. That's what I would say about it. Thanks for all the subs coming in. Appreciate it as always. Yeah, my growth portfolio back to almost a month ago. Yeah, we'll take a look at GRE. Thank you guys for all the subs coming in. So with GRE, yeah, it does look like we flattened out a bit right here. What I would definitely suggest is having a stop loss. It's not bad for a swing if your stop loss is at $22. You have to risk off 22. Nothing more than 22. It just IPO'd, so I'm not too sure about if this is going to be quote unquote. I can't really look at the earnings because there has probably been no earnings for this SPAC. But 22 could be a decent risk off. But again, not like, super, wouldn't be extremely excited on buying in right here. If you guys are new, if you guys have any questions, let me know. But yeah, APPS, man, I wish I would. I think APPS, and then another name that I think will be a $100 bio is BCRX. BCRX will be a $100 bio eventually. This stock will be $100 eventually. You just got to be patient. BCRX will be $100. I have shares at about 10. It was down. It was the Spirit merger. Oh, yeah. If it's the, I don't even know. If it's the Spirit merger, yeah, I mean, for a bounce, but long term, definitely not. I'm not interested in this. Yeah, 22 can be your stop though. For 22 can be a decent stop, but that's where I would leave that. I need to do something real quick. Then Cree tanked. Yeah. Let's take a look. We need to do this. Give me one sec. Yeah, GRE is one of those names that like financials are going to be bad. It's not undervalued just because support.com squeezed so much. I'm going to take this off for 1 second. I also need to move this down a bit, huh? All right. That's a bit better, I suppose. Okay, we are gonna... What did I just remove? Dang it. I think I removed my window capture, video capture. Hold up. I did something wrong. We'll take a look at BCRX here in 1 second, June. I messed up something. Oh, I know what I did. Okay. Display capture. I meant to, hopefully this will work. Okay, there we go. We're back. Great. BCRX, one of those stocks that I think will be, again, I say this all the time. I think BCRX will be a $100 stock. Pretty much, they have a drug right now that they're working on that's going to take a big market cap out of AstraZeneca. So AstraZeneca is a huge bio company, and one of their biggest bios, I forget which syndrome it is or disease, I forget the name, but pretty much there's a lot of blood infusions, there's a lot of needles. It's a very painful process. And BioCris just got a pill passed from the FDUA that is just a pill. I believe that they're going to take about $30 billion from AstraZeneca if you look at all the numbers. So I do think that it will be $100 eventually. $100 on BCRX is imminent. It will happen. You just got to be patient. That's honestly on top of my... I know I have a lot of big growth names that I watch, but BioCris is one of my favorite. It makes up a big percentage of my portfolio. BCRX, BioCris Pharmaceuticals. If we're talking about a name that has potential, that name is kind of an APPS potential thing. Love BCRX. We are looking super, super good on the chart as well. When I look at the chart, right, we broke out of this falling wedge and we're basing right over this 15. So love the chart setup going into next week as well. JSPR, let's take a look. I don't do bios on this channel, so it does look overextended, but I don't do any bios. I don't want to give you fake news, so I would do that. Try to look at that yourself. Bios are so hard to look at. I'd have to look at so many details. I could look on that on a day that we're not going over so much stuff. Yeah, Moderna. Yeah, we are down about 1% today. I still don't see a problem with this. When we really look at this, we bounced off of our support line right here. Wanted to see a little bit more follow through, but still looks bullish. Like I said, I added some on that support line, so for me, not too worried about that. And then, yeah, BCRX, BioCris, love that company. Yeah, Moderna does look good as long as we're following the support line. Obvious stop loss is at 300. 300 is a big pivot point. That's where I would cut. Most definitely. There's a lady that goes over it more in a nice video, but I have done a lot of research on BCRX, and pretty much I think that they're going to be taking their revenue is their earnings are going to be crazy. BCRX, like I said, their pill is going to take probably a huge chunk of AstraZeneca's market cap away. I do believe it'll be at $100 soon, not soon, in a few years, but has the potential almost as XP or APPS, one of my favorite names. I keep all three of those pretty high at my portfolio percentage wise. I'm not a big fan in diversifying your portfolio. You find 5 to 10 names that are really good, you hold those. I know people are like, well, you're holding only 8 companies, 10 companies. Then let's take a look at Mara. Yeah, Bitcoin is breaking out. I never like these miners. These miners do not follow accordingly sometimes. But yeah, Mara looks good. I'd have to look at the Bitcoin graph. But yeah, I think Bitcoin has a lot of potential to run into this morning. I think we're going to run on Bitcoin this weekend. So I think Mara $50 or $55 calls could definitely be a decent spot. Thanks for all the people joining Discord. Appreciate it. That is an option. I have all my socials below. Appreciate everyone being here. Yeah, I like Mara's decent. Mara's decent for sure. I'd rather just buy Bitcoin to be honest, but yeah, it actually is following the Bitcoin graph now, so it does look good. We did cross over on the daily. We have a lot of room to run on Mara, in my opinion. Cleveland Cliffs, so it looks like a growth stock if I'm not mistaken. Let's take a look. Wow, big revenue jump. Didn't see this. Interesting. Okay. So, obviously, I don't like the 2017 and 2018, but that's okay. Some growth names, what we do is we start to pick up, and that's where we get into. Wow, really, really big jump from 2020 to 2021. Almost doubled our revenue in 3 months. Really, really nice. Even 2020. I'm going to look more into this company for you. My only problem that I see off the bat and why I probably won't even buy this, we look at our net profit margin. I hate to see that our net profit margin or our gross profit is so low, but 2021 we finally really started to make some good profits. So cost of revenue did stay the same and our profit did go up. So I will take a deeper look at that on my Discord. I will bookmark that. I'll need to look at some more factors, but that growth is something that you can't ignore on that. Really, really good growth. Again, the problem being that the cost of revenue is a little expensive, but that is what it is. And that's growth is amazing. People will look at growth and give me a company, but you always got to look at that. The net profit margin is almost more important than the growth. If you look at something like APPS, the profit margin is extremely high. There's a lot of profit on that revenue. That's what we like to see, because then they can, they have more money to put back into the company, put back into the stuff. But yeah, I'll have to look at the total assets, liabilities on that company. When I look at a growth stock, I look at something like that. I say, okay, that has good growth, but there's a little bit more deeper diving to go. I probably should do a YouTube video on it, but you want to look at the net liabilities. You want to look at the employees, how much the employees are getting paid, if the CEO, the board members have shares, if they've added shares recently. So many things to look at for quality growth stock. But yeah, it definitely does look like. What do you think of UPH current price? Thinking of swinging this? We'll take a look. I am gonna get some more swings for you guys next week. Yeah, this is something that does look like a decent swing for me. We have a gap up to 258. We're on this gap to fill. It's usually like a magnet. So if you risk off about $1.87, a $1.87 swing with the target at about 250 is a good risk reward. Not a bad idea. Supply chain problem. You have to explain more what you mean by that. So yeah, it does look decent. Don't like the chart overall, so don't get stuck bag holding. Bad chart overall, but maybe this is close to a bottom. We just IPO'd, so who knows? Another one that I've always kept an eye on. Let's take a look at Wish. Well, Wish still doing its thing. Maybe that'll make me happy one day. Yeah, growth portfolio almost back to, we had that big growth crash, and I'm almost back to that. So that's really good to see. BioChrist is killing it. DMTK is my only an XPEL. There's a couple of names that are kind of getting beat up, but that's okay. CI looking good. Nice afternoon reversal. We'll take a look. Yeah, it looks decent. We're back into this kind of support zone right here. Like I said, I don't really like this name. It's too volatile for me to play, but it does look decent. Over $1.68 we could go, but we are seeing a reversal, but still not too excited about it overall. I personally would not buy, but looks okay, I guess. Saw $1.16 after hours. I think it's just going to be a nice pump up. I probably would put my money that it's going to fade sometime in the day. Unfortunately, it will. I think it will fade. Unfortunately. Thanks for all the subs coming in. Yeah. I mean, really good growth stock, but yeah, protests and stuff like that really isn't going to reflect on the price that much. None of that protest stuff like you see on the news really surprisingly doesn't have a lot of correlation with the actual price. I've noticed. So that is a bit strange. I don't think that it's going to have anything to worry about on that. Do you need to? I'm gonna update my portfolio a bit this weekend. My growth portfolio. I am gonna look at that. I haven't updated it in a bit. Like I said, my growth portfolio is doing pretty well though. Like my big names have been carrying my portfolio. What you like to see. So I will update that and then send that out. If you guys do want to join the Discord, I'll send that out this weekend as well. Also, I did start a Sunday watch list. If you look to Patreon, I'm going to be doing a Sunday watch list. Like I said, everything that I usually do is going to be what we're going to do, but I did add a couple more things. I'm going to be putting a little bit more time in for if people want extra content. So I will be doing that starting next week as well. Wow, me is up 17 with big volume. So yeah, volume is what you want to see on big moves. Yeah, huge volume. 23 me. These are the ones that this stock has been moving. But yeah, if you have a $9 stop loss, could be a potential swing. Yeah, super a lot of volume coming in too. MACD actually just crossed bullish as well. So yeah, we could see some upside. Looks like a decent swing with a 9 stop loss for sure. Could see a bigger potential move. I'm gonna look on stream. FLGT, geez, this stock has been killing me as of recently. Really nice growth stock, but probably gonna keep my FLGT position. I might trim it down a bit. What's your Discord channel? I'm using an iPhone. Sure. Well, I can put it up for you real quick. We're not gonna switch. Here we go. I'll throw this in the chat real quick. Okay. There you go. Hope. There you go. That should work. Perfect. Hopefully that'll work. All right. Perfect. So yeah, a lot of these growth names coming back to life. I will give an updated portfolio. I'm gonna put in a lot of time this weekend. Like I said, I added Affirm. I need to move some numbers around a bit, but I will get that out. I'm also this weekend going to be looking for some more potential swings like Okijin. We did really good on. I will be looking for some more swings coming up as well. So look forward to that this week. I'm going to be doing a lot of research this weekend to get you guys the best swings, stuff like that. So that will be there as well. If you guys are tuning in, welcome. You got any questions? Appreciate all the subs coming through. Do apologize for taking such a long break. We will be on track next week with everything. Oops. Yeah, but growth is doing good right now, so that is good. I did. Facebook was down today, so I was doing a lot of your price on Analyst calling for 80. Yeah, we'll take a look. Analyst price targets sometimes are really off. We'll talk about in a sec. With Analyst, they usually do. So analysts are kind of shady. When we talk about analysts, what a lot of the analysts do is they will, they go into the company, they look at all their book price, they look at their, what the company's worth, and then they make a price target off of there. But they usually don't include growth into that. And sometimes, we'll see a company that's super undervalued, but if there's no growth behind it, if there's not a good profit margin, sometimes the analysts don't do a good job with the price targets. But yeah, Okijin, that was another reason why we're swinging it too. Like I said, I have a really good average on Okigen, is why I'm swinging a little bit of my shares that I didn't take off. We have that big catalyst coming up with a really, really good chart set up. Let's take a look at SDGR. SDGR. Weekly, the chart doesn't look great. We'll take a look. SDGR stock doesn't look amazing, but we can take a look. Yeah, so really not too good growth. It's a decent company for growth, right? We see yearly we're growing consistently. Not a bad stock to be in. You know, we are growing consistently every year, but you know, not a ton of growth. Maybe $80 does seem right. We have had this big jump, but it does make a little bit of sense. NERPX, yeah, we'll take a look at NRPX. NRPX not coming up. Not coming up. Maybe it's a different ticker. News by who coming out anytime supposedly today. Yeah. Any news will send Okigen up. Like I said, we have this could be the dip before the rip. Like I said, I already made a lot of money off Okigen. I already took a lot off the table, but if we do get into these low nines, about 920s, I will be adding some today on stream. We'll be adding some, a little bit, all of my shares back. Yeah, I don't know what, I know the WHO news, the World Health Organization might be some big news. Again, I want to make sure that, like I said, the chart's super, super ready for it, so could see some big upside. Litecoin, man, I remember when I had Litecoin at like $100. You mean, okay, NRXP, sure. You guys know more of the tickers than me. Okay. We're gonna go out to the 1 year, see what we look like. Don't really like it. We've just been downtrending for so long right now. Very, very gappy. I'd probably say no to this. Don't really like it. Looks just like we're gonna fade away. All these big spikes that we see have been getting faded away, unless we break over like 17. But yeah, yeah, not a big fan of that, to be honest. Like again, this weekend I'm gonna be working on some swings. I will get those out. I am looking for a couple more swings to add. Our last few swings have been up quite a bit. I am still swinging DATS and Okigen. That's my two names that I am swinging right now. Again, I think I'm holding. I've already made a lot of money off DATS, but I think DATS is one of those names that, with all the catalysts coming up, I did look at I did say I was kind of short on it. With the whole Barstool thing, my problem is yeah, they partnered with it. That's cool, but they're giving them $100 million a year for the partnership, and the company is not even worth $100 million. So I look at it two ways. The company thinks that it's going to grow significantly, but their market cap, I just don't know how they're going to get that money. They might just have to keep diluting. Yeah, but yeah, DAX is definitely a solid swing. I like this swing to 20 to 30. Kind of a definite longer term swing for sure. I want to take a look at BCRX. BCRX, love it. Over 15. I'm super excited to see BCRX over 15. That's definite. Finally up my money on BCRX too. XPIM, Affirm, I'm up a lot of money. On SI, I'm up the last 2 weeks. I'm up about 50% on SI. Especially this does Bitcoin stuff with Bitcoin running. SI, hopefully we'll see some all-time highs. Love SI. Up tons of money on SI as well. FLG2. FLG2 is killing me. Did want to look at XPEL because XPEL is killing me as well. But XPEL still intact. Looks good. If you guys are tuning in, and welcome. You got any questions, let me know. Appreciate everyone joining the Discord. If you do want to join the Discord, that link should be below all my socials as well. Then I wanted to look at Palantir too. I didn't look at Palantir for a while. Palantir, we're going to want to look on our 200-day moving average over here. Yeah, this Palantir is ready to be bullish. Um, yeah, APPX, we do need to see a pullback here, though. I do agree with some people asking. Yeah, Palantir, yeah, super, super bullish. Man, I think we're going to see... I think buying $30 calls for late November might be not a terrible idea. A lot of potential. This one's been getting ran down quite a bit, too, so... Interesting for sure. Very cool. Let's see. I'm going to switch over to Twitch. I have been trying to go on Twitch a bit. Not terrible. Let's look. Yeah, if you guys are joining in, you got any questions, let me know. We will go over whatever you guys would like to see. I did want to, yeah, Palantir is one of those names that I do have. I'm looking to add more, I don't know. Palantir, so I need to make a separate video on Palantir. The problem with Palantir is we have about $1 billion in revenue, not even, and our market cap's about 30 billion, and our growth is only 30%. So Palantir is really, really exciting for its technology, but it's really overvalued, and the growth aspect, isn't quite there as we'd kind of want to see. So that it kind of gets me. Palantir is kind of an interesting name for sure. I do own some, but yeah. Geez, Futu is just tanking down. So glad I cut that position a couple days ago. I have an average cost 648. On Sam, what stock is that on? I don't know. Which stock are you talking about? Wish I had 5 average on some stocks, but I don't know which stock you're talking about. Just drop that and then we'll take a look. If you guys are tuning in, welcome, welcome. If you have any questions, let me know. We will go over whatever. Okay. On any. Sorry, I saw any. I see. Thinking of selling at the current price. Let's take a look at any. Any's interesting. Any. I don't think it's a good place to sell. When we talk about a big breakout potential, this is a big breakout potential. I wish I was swinging. I kind of missed. We had this long-term channel. We had this big channel right here, and we finally broke it. We really are forming a nice bull flag. Over about 850, we're going to get crazy. I think this is one of the names that could reach all-time highs here eventually, especially with Bitcoin running. I definitely think holding on to some of these shares longer will do better. Of course, take some off the table if, you're up money. That's a good average, 648. But yeah, I do think we're going to see some more upside on this. This is a really, really good swing. So I would probably keep my shares. Riot, yeah, Riot is really, really interesting compared to Mara. We do see this triple bottom forming. Actually, Riot looks really good. I don't understand why it's not following Mara as well. It does the same exact thing. We have this nice triple bottom or even an inverted head and shoulders. Over $30, I'd be really, really bullish. But I think Riot, I honestly think this would be a really, really good swing with the stop loss at 25. We do see this triple bottom here. We could definitely see some upside with Bitcoin running. Yeah, Janelle, any looks really, really good. I think any's going to definitely be running eventually. With Bitcoin running, a really, really nice setup. I do think we're going to see our next leg up pretty soon. Yeah, I said I liked NXTP a while ago. Actually would have been a great spot today. So when we're talking about IPOs, our first candle is our pivot point for IPO. So anything under 215 bearish, over 246 is bullish. So as soon as that breaks 246, you want to go long on IPOs. Yeah, super just woke up. So great IPO play. Missed that one. Can't look at everything. But yeah, that'd be something I'd definitely be looking at this swing for sure. Are setting up a nice bull flag potentially, but yeah, could see some upside on that as well. Yeah, I would probably keep it. Hard to say. I think any with Bitcoin running, we could definitely see a good amount of upside. Definitely some upside for sure. Um, yeah, I would keep it, to be honest with you. Hmm. Yeah, I know Any's a Bitcoin move. It moves with Bitcoin. It's Bitcoin related, so I do like Any. Like I said, I wish I would have gotten a better swing. I was looking at it. I was off for the last few days, but Any, yeah. We did have that big downside, but yeah, we really are starting to curl up. I think that that's going to be a big winner. I think next week that's going to be one of my top plays. Most definitely. Thanks for all the subs coming in. Appreciate it. Hopefully that. What's up, Ronald? What's going on over from Twitch? Ronald from Twitch. Yeah, CHPT. Yeah, we'll take a look. We talked about this last night. Charge point. I think we're gonna take a look. So the yearly, it did up. The thing. So we were in this channel breakout. A channel is we bounce off of our support. We usually cannot break over resistance, but we did break out of our support. We did break down, so that was bad to see. I really would. I think that this could be a decent swing. I would put a stop loss at 19. I do like Charge Point's financials, actually. CHPT does have relative good financials. We'll take a look at that. I did look at last night, and I think it did look decent. So, quarterly, looks like we're almost doubling every year. So that is there. Again, the problem is the cost of revenue is very, very expensive, but the revenue is there. It is expensive to put those out. I don't know. I would probably wait on this just because we broke out of this. Unless if we can reclaim like $20, I would potentially go long. But yeah. So we'll talk about CEI. I'll try to keep it as unbiased as possible on here, so I'll give you guys the best information. So CEI with any parabolic move, I will give you some advice. So I think that with CEI, I even did talk about. I do think that we're going to be going back down to dollar range. We had this huge parabolic move on CEI, and the problem with CEI is the company fundamentals are terrible. I think it should be about a 50-cent stock. We really no good bullish. We broke all of our support. I would, you could potentially, hold it for a little bit. If you follow this channel, I'm sure you could make a lot of your money back. So, maybe cut some of your losses if you follow the Discord. If you tune in here, we do growth stocks. We do a lot of swings with actual stop losses and stuff like that. So, yeah, I mean, it's a big lesson to learn. We went 33 cents to $4. I can go more in depth why this crashed, but a parabolic move has four waves. 1, 2, 3, 4. At the top of this, we moved out. Check. Huh? I don't know what you're doing. Are you self-promoting on my channel? Wow. Check me. Wow. I've never had this actually makes me feel good that you're self-promoting on my channel. That's honestly really good to see. We have our first self-promoter. Nice. Really nice to see, actually. We'll be in timeout for a bit. Interesting. I'm on my last 200, man. Should I pull it and put it somewhere else, man? If you are down, I would give it till next week. I think that we do have a potential of seeing some higher highs. I don't think I'd cut it right now. What I would say is we did have a strong day today. If we break $1.30, I would cut it. And I can talk to you. This guy right here. He's self promoting it. I mean, that's cool. I've never had a self promoter, so I don't think SPY will drop today. We'll take a look. I would wait with the $1.30 stop loss. If it does drop below there, just go to Discord and DM me one-on-one. We'll talk about some stuff, okay? You think SPY will drop today? I don't know. I've even looked at SPY. No, I don't think SPY is going to drop today. SPY looks super, super healthy. We're just grinding higher. We're riding our EMAs up perfectly. Looks great. My car's sitting in the tow yard and I'm getting charged daily. Why is it in the tow yard? Do you put all your money in CEI? What's your Discord? Here, let me put that in for you 1 sec. Luckily, I know you say you have $200 left, so the most you could have lost is a few hundred. So, you know, good thing you didn't lose thousands, but that's there for you if you'd like to look at that. Perfect. Okay. If you guys are tuning in, welcome. If you got any questions, yeah, I don't think SPY is going to drop today. SPY looks super, super healthy. Really, really healthy, to be honest with you guys. Don't mind SPY. No, I really lost everything from stop losses. I mean, I don't know how you lost everything from stop loss. If you have a stop losses are on there to protect you. But looks like, yeah, like I said, just like I'll help. Slack is overrated. Discord is better. 100%. Slack is really, really stupid. Discord is so easy. You can make the channels easy. I appreciate it, Sam. Yeah, you know, I don't know. Appreciate it, though. Yeah, it's so hard with the algorithm to even grow on YouTube, so we try here. But like I said, I am going to look this weekend. If you do, sorry, have you looked at Okijin? Still waiting on some catalysts. Yeah, so I do have Okijin at a really, really, really good level. So I have Okijin at about 7 in the 7s. We'll take a look at that right now. I know Who Approval wants to come out soon as well. The chart is super, super primed. I wasn't even looking at the catalyst when I went into it. I was just looking at the chart. And then with the catalyst, I did sell a lot at 1050. We'll look here 1 sec. I'm texting someone something. We will take a look because I do think that Okijin, if we're kind of getting into my buy zone once again to add those shares that I took off at the top. So yeah, we will take a look here in 1 second. Appreciate everyone being here. All the subs, appreciate it. Okay, let's take a look. So Okijin, why? Let's talk again. This is a perfect setup. This is what I look for. When I look at setups, Okijin is about the best setup you're gonna get. You look in a textbook at a good setup, you're gonna find this exact chart. Ideally a bull flag, but good setup. So we sat here, we consolidated. We consolidated for a long time. We wrote our support and resistance lines down. I saw that we were about to get over our long-term resistance line right here, and we were right on our 200-day moving average. This is the blue line, our 200-day moving average. We were bouncing off of here and started to curl up. So I added some shares in here, and as soon as we broke this resistance line at 750, I added a lot more. RSI, or MACD, just passed positive. So we have a lot of ways to go up. When MACD passes positive, the exponential on the 1 day, we can always see some violent moves. So I was looking to add some in the lower 920s, anywhere in here, kind of like the 920s would be a decent zone to buy some more. Anywhere in here, so about 882 to 930, I'm going to be adding a couple more shares. Selling, stock market, put into something safe. We can talk about it on Discord. Have you looked at? So yeah, looks really good. Situm, growing business. Yeah, so love that name, Flyboy. I was looking at Situm for some growth, good growth stock. Let's take a look at it real quick. Situm. Okay, so this is one of my favorite growth stocks. One of them. I have this in my portfolio as well. Really, really nice growth. We can see that our channel is following perfectly. When we look at our channel, Look at this perfect channel. So when I talk about channels, this 219 area would have been a great place to buy. We're always bouncing off of there. Super, super good growth stock. We'll look at the financials because it does have such a good chart. Let's look at Situm stock. Financials. So this is the problem. So annually we've done really, really bad, right? But this last year we've started to really, really accelerate up. So we've doubled in the last year. So what I want to see is for this growth company, this earnings is going to be key. If this earnings is over about 25 million, I will be bullish. If it's below, I'm probably going to cut it. But yeah, again, I don't like that this annually it's been bad, but we started to turn positive right here. So decent, not the best growth I've ever seen, and I don't actually know if I hold that now. It does look good. I want to see this earnings quarter for Situm is going to be really, really big. We're going to want to make sure that we beat earnings. A lot of these growth stocks. I think earnings have been great so far. I expect all these earnings on these growth stocks to do really, really well. So I am excited for earnings, but yeah, if we can keep our earnings up, this could be a $20 stock. If you know, as long as we just keep growing at the rate we're doing right now, lots of potential. Yeah, just DM me. I give my whole growth portfolio. If you're having a problem making money, I would, you know, keep working your job or whatever you do. Add money to the growth portfolio. And with the growth portfolio, that's great long term. And then, you know, yeah, you don't have to worry about it too much. We'll talk. Yeah, tons of good. Bitcoin is just breaking out above 60K. Yeah, I will definitely look at adding Riot. Definitely Riot more than Mara. Probably over this weekend. I think Bitcoin could see a huge run in this weekend. Usually when Bitcoin's on this really, really big tear during the week, the weekends get pretty crazy. Same with the altcoins. I haven't looked at the altcoins. I don't really hold much altcoins rather than Cardano. Yeah, interesting. Bitcoin almost up to all-time highs. Love to see it. If you are new here, all my socials below. Appreciate all the subs too. If you guys, I am live every day. If you guys like the content, help me out. We're pretty close to getting verified on YouTube, which is pretty sweet. Twitch will take a bit, but YouTube we've been working on, so super exciting to see. Lost 900 CEI. Yeah, it happens, man. You just got to make sure you don't buy into the hype. That's not what we want. Cool. Yeah, Bio-pharma. I was completely undervalued. Just can't get news about ATM, which is probably holding it down. Yeah, those were one of the names that I was looking at, Lou. Bio-pharma definitely has the potential, right? Wow. So we do have a really, really like Bio-pharma. I actually have it at IPO at $4. Really actually looking to add some more. Really, really nice setup right here. So again, we're writing our support lines. There's not too much history here. We do, yeah, I mean, the chart looks good. There's nothing to really look at the chart. There's literally 10 candles here. If we look on the daily, we might get a better view. Okay, daily looks good. So daily, we are looking at 552. We will have a daily breakout. We are starting to push up there. We'd like to see a good close on this, but yeah, we have a nice flag forming right here. Above 552 will be a huge breakout, especially on some news. Love this stock overall. Yeah, under $5, 100,000 shares. Yeah, man, that's sweet. Yeah, I love Bio-pharma. Like I said, I hold it at IPO. I don't have 100,000 shares. I may have like 200. I wish I had 100,000 shares, but maybe one day. But yeah, super, super good. And we look like with Bitcoin running, we're about to break out of this daily zone. So yeah, very, very good. Love that. Are you still holding DATs? I am still holding DATs. With DATs, I do have a 750 average, and I did take off half the last time it went to 15. DATs is a long-term encrypted blockchain play with a lot of catalysts coming out, so I'm not too worried about price action, but there is a lot of catalysts coming out in the next 2 months, so I do think we will have here. Oh, dude, I remember everything that's been here from the start. I will remember everyone. You know, maybe we'll blow up. We'll see. I hope we blow up. Um, yeah, Hut, 2X. But yeah, Hut, all those names are really, really good, especially with the ATMs coming through. Once they get some catalysts on that, names could definitely run. Love that. Don't forget your current followers. I actually I like staying at the size. It's perfect. I'm getting just enough. I don't know what we're gonna do when we grow more. I feel like I have just like the perfect comment flow. I can answer everyone's questions pretty good. But like I said, I remember all the names of people that have been here from day one. No worries about that. I'm still relatively small though. I don't even have 1,000 followers, but it is starting. Yeah, I love. There's so many Bitcoin names that I like. It's hard, but yeah, Bitfarm. A lot of these IPOs. Ooh, love IPOs. Sometimes they go crazy. And again, I will just say it. All my socials are below. I did start a Patreon a couple weeks ago, but I did actually start adding some stuff. If you guys have been here for a while, I don't know what I'm gonna do. If you look at the tiers, I do like a Sunday watch list and then like alerts. So I'm gonna actually start doing alerts next week with stop losses and stuff like that. So we'll see how that goes. Um, and then I think I did like some other stuff as well. So if you are interested, check that out. Everything on this channel is free though. I do all these lives, Discord's free, but if you want to go the extra step, that is there. Want to look? I'm curious at OQGen because I said that I was gonna buy some. I expect one Bitcoin deposit once you hit 10K. I like this channel though. I've been trading 20 years. Oh, I appreciate it, Lou. Appreciate it. I've been trading for 5 years. Yeah, I mean, and if you have been trading for 20 years, I am looking for a couple of people to. If anyone is interested, I am looking to do like a video where maybe there's a few people and we talk about stocks. That'd be cool. Lou, 20 years. That's great, man. How's your journey been? I hope I'd be at your point one day where I could buy 100,000 shares. That'd be sweet. But yeah, it means a lot coming from someone with all that experience. I appreciate it. I agree. I like the size. I mean, ideally, the goal one day would be that I can grow enough on this channel that I can quit my job and just focus on this and college and open up my hedge fund. So that would be the goal one day. Get a spare monitor and we should see a more relaxed. Yeah. Yeah, I need to get a spare monitor, that's for sure. I do like this chat right here. It's a little bit better, but another monitor definitely would be pretty nice. I'm looking at getting one. um, yeah, I appreciate it, though, Lou. Yeah, I think like COVID was the best trading of my life post two. Yeah, 2008 was a lot of volatility. Yeah, Lou. This was a great year for me too. With being out of school, I was able to really dive into the market. Like I said, I've been trading for 5 years, but I really became profitable this last 2 years. So yeah, COVID was actually a blessing for me, being able to trade. Learned so many things, and really, and Lou will back this up with me. People that have been trading for a long time. There's no book. There's no book that you can read. There's no special strategy to how you be a good trader. It's literally trial and error, and eventually you get the hang of it. I think watching someone like me potentially that you can maybe copy some of my ideas, get a hang of it, but just people ask me all the time. It's just trial and error. And I think everyone would probably come with the same census. Your market tuition cost, that is definitely a thing. Yeah, a curved monitor. I don't know if I have money for the type of money for a curved monitor. I am a college student, and I have a girlfriend, so between those two things, I get and adding money to my portfolio, I do get sucked out. Any tips? I just started to get into stocks, and I only have $100. Well, congratulations on getting into stocks. I would take a look. So there's a couple different plays. What we focus on this channel is mostly growth stocks. So growth stocks grow at about over 100% a year. Growth stocks can provide really, really good gains. I do have my portfolio on Discord, so if I were you, I would add every single one of my growth stocks, and then from there, every paycheck, just add a little bit into my growth stocks, and then as soon as you kind of get the hang of it, maybe you can start day trading, swing trading, but definitely make a good core of stocks. If you're with your $100, excuse me, I would definitely, add some, Apple, some really, really good stocks. DM me on Discord. I'd like to help you get started. Exactly, yeah. That's just a wish. And I work for SU right now. Sooncore Energy. Right on. Nice chart. Decent chart. Not the best I've ever seen. What do you do at SU? Girlfriend equals take profits. Yes. You have it right there. American college tuition and American girlfriend. Say no more. We understand. Yes. I am, I do go to, not a commute, I go to MSU Denver, so it's not that expensive. I do need to switch here in a few years. Like I said, I do plan on opening a hedge fund one day. Who really cares where you graduated from a hedge fund? I guess it does matter. Investors probably don't want to see that you graduated, but I think that, if you have no college degree in a hedge fund and you can consistently make profits, I don't care where you graduate from. Yes. Okay, we'll take a look at CEI. I still think CEI, once we have these parabolic moves, we always come down on these parabolic moves. So we had this huge parabolic move, and we've just been downtrending for a long time now. We kind of had a big jump today off of this reversal line, but for me, I still think that this stock, the fundamentals of the company don't back up the price. I think it will be sub-dollar next week. Don't like it at all. I like how you emphasize good growth stocks. A lot of attention is focused on meme. Yeah, that's what I try to do here. It's a good thing in any portfolio. You should not be day trading with 100% of your portfolio. Keep, some hyper growth stocks, some good growth stocks, and then, keep those in there long term. Do a couple day trades if you want, and then, swing trade some others. But yeah, you got to have a good portfolio. And I know in hyper growth is stocks that, all my hyper growth's up 200% this year. No one makes that kind of returns. Hypergrowth is a one-of-kind of thing. You just got to look what you're looking for. And it's really easy to find hypergrowth stocks once you get the hang of it. Yeah, a lot of channels, you go on channel, you look at live on Twitch or anything, it's just going to be a lot of meme stocks. Meme stocks are fun sometimes, but especially if someone comes in here and asks me if I think GameStop's going to $1,000, some other channels are going to lie to you for a sub. I try to keep it as honest as possible. Again, CEI could go to $3. I'm not saying that it can't. And I'm not saying it can't. It's just, it'd be very, very unlikely. XII is that, let's take a look. XXII. This stock? Boo, is this the stock you're talking about? Again, super, super nice chart. And if we look right here, we have a quadruple bottom forming. So great time to buy. Take a look. I'll take your word for it, but it's super, super nice chart. I love that setup. Market cap 500 million, so definitely have some room to run. Let's go to financials. Yeah, we have good growth annually. Decent growth as well. Curious why you're so bullish on it. The growth is there. It's not growing extremely a lot, but it is growing, and our profit margin, not the best, but I am curious what your thoughts on there. Super, super nice graph. All about the expected news from the FDA. Oh, okay. I don't play really too much FDA news, but yeah, I'll definitely take a look into that. Appreciate it. Okujin, we did talk about buying in this drone right here. I'm looking to take some shares. I'm going to be adding back my whole position. I'm going to add a few shares here at 9.92 on my phone, and then if we all the way down to 9. Looking like this will be a good buy zone. Looks like we're going to retest this. We're retesting this bull flag breakout, so good spot to buy some Okujin in here. Forget the chart on this one. All right, I will take your word from that. I will look at that. Thank you. Appreciate it. Sens. Okay, Xella, Sens. Yep, that's exactly. I'm looking to be adding here pretty soon. I don't like Xella. I already looked at his company. Financials are bad. Chart sucks. And then Sens. We'll take a look at Sens. Sorry to be so brief. Yeah, really, really nice chart. Super, 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 super strong support line right here. Love this. Looks like, it's going to take another month to develop this chart, but could be another Okijin style play. Really, really good to buy right about at the bottom of the support line. Looks really, really nice for an entry right here, to be honest, for a swing. Still needs a little bit of time to coil before we move up, but sometimes the growth, so quarterly. Okay, this is interesting. So annually, the growth has absolutely sucked, but again, quarterly, we have this big jump. So earnings is going to be key on here. I like the chart. Earnings, I don't know too much, but yeah, definitely just off the chart, it does look decent. They own VLN, do some DD. Cool. Maybe I'll do it on a separate video, especially if you're bullish about it. If you've done this for a long time, I will take a look. I appreciate it. I will look at that for sure. Uber chart. We had a nice. I don't know. I like Uber long term. The problem is that it's a very broken down chart. Let's see. We are following our channel, so again, we have a channel play set up. So could be a rising wedge too. I don't know. I don't see anything honestly bullish about it. I don't see anything bearish. Like I said, we're just following our channel. So honestly, when we're getting up to our channel, we're probably going to see a pullback at about $49 coming up. If you can't buy it about 48, I don't know. Yeah, you're welcome, Sam. I would stay out of it. I don't really like this chart. If you're long-term about it, being long-term about a stock, like my growth stocks, I don't even really look at the charts. I'm long-term. I think Uber long-term is an okay stock. The chart is really beat up. Nothing really happening. This could be a rising wedge on the daily, which is a bearish sign, but I don't know. The chart, this is definitely a very interesting chart to read. There's really nothing to read there. Obviously, if you were going to enter, have a $45 stop loss, the last low would be decent. A 45 stop loss. Okay, so I would hold, if we have a $46 stop loss on Uber, potential swing, but nah, not the best setup I've ever seen. Okijin. Okay, let's take a look at thoughts on CEI. What's up, Drunken? CEI, be honest here, I think it's just going to keep falling and falling. We had a nice move up today, potentially. I just I don't like the stock. I think that we're going to see sub $1 eventually. I think we just had a dead cat bounce play today. We'll talk about some things that could be bullish, though. Honestly, if we can break $1.60, I think that we have a potential for a big run. And so $1.60 is going to be a big pivot point, and then again, $2.50 will be a big pivot point as well. If we do end up breaking $1.30, though, we will see some downside. So $1.30 could be a good stop loss for sure. Yeah, I know CEI. It's just not my favorite. Not my favorite. Okay, how do I turn off notifications? I'll do that later. Yeah, I don't really short percentage, whatever. Again, it looks okay right now. As long as you have 130 as a stop loss. I still think the fundamentals suck. Not very big fan on it. Yeah, Nike looks good. I made a lot of money off of some calls on Nike a little bit ago. When we're talking about, let's switch it over here. Nike, and I need to look at adding some Okijin shares here too. I will be looking to add some Okijin here in a minute. We'll be looking to add some Okijin here eventually. So yeah, Nike was a perfect example of why we use our 200-day moving average. Whenever we hit our 200-day moving on averages, it usually bounces off of there. So I saw it bounce off of here a few times, and as soon as we broke out of this $148 range, I bought some calls. Yeah, Nike does look good. We are setting up our next flag on the daily. I think we're going to get a next leg up eventually. Does look good. I think it is a little overextended. Holy cow. We got some big messages. Cool. I can't sell at 1.3. Still down 8K. then hold it, man. If you can't, I would just say 1.3. I mean, one of those names that the company really isn't that great, so it could go down. If I were you, if it maybe goes, maybe take off half your position, put it in some, a good growth stock to make that money back. Maybe don't sell all of it. That's up to you. Hey, text your Discord. Maybe I'll get help later with stocks to recommend within $100. I'm very likely new those. Sure, I will give you, not when I'm live, but later today I'll look at that. Please make sure that you can buy fractional shares. So Webull or Robinhood is going to be your best idea. Houston reverse merger freight, which released expected earnings yesterday, but he's really following in a bunch of there for final merger news. Is like Uber for long haul truckers. Interesting. That is cool. Long haul truckers. I love that idea, actually. I do think, and let's look. It looks like earnings were decent. We had this huge gap up this morning. I will take a look at that. Nice. Like I said, we had a big move up. I will take a look at this chart. I will take a look. The chart, we're going to ignore the chart and over the counter. Bunch of this for final merger news. That one I'll definitely take a look at, Lou. Have you thought about maybe having subscribers calling out growth potential stocks throughout the week? That way there's more potential of finding more stocks plays as a whole. Yeah, I mean, for me, I focus majority on hypergrowth, but I don't mind, swing trading and day trading if the technicals are right. But yeah, I mean, if you have a good growth stock, I'll take a look. It's really hard for me to. I've been doing growth stock for so long now that most of the growth plays I'll probably say no to. But I actually did have a follower that put me on Afrim. He said, "Look at Afrim chart, good growth," and I looked at it and I said, "Cool, I'm getting in," and I'm already at 20%. But chain issues we have right now. Yeah, and I love the idea of just Uber and Uber in general. I DoorDash eventually and Uber, and I love the setup. The only problem I have with that, and this goes back to legal law of business, right? So there's a lot of problems right now with Uber and all these companies because Uber and Lyft want to treat their employers as independent contractors. When we look at the difference between employees and independent contractor, there's a few different things. The argument for that they're employees is that there's incentives to drive more. If you drive more, you make more money. Sometimes you really can't. But on the other hand, like you can pick your own shift. So that whole thing right now, and actually in Congress, is very interesting. The whole idea behind employer versus independent contractor, and that's kind of the reason why Uber has taken a little bit of a hit. I'm not a big legal person, but that whole deal right now is very interesting to look at. So I'm sure that company will have to face it there as well. Personally, I think that they're independent contractors, but I can see the argument for them being employees as well. Uber Analyst said low, median. Low 48, yeah. Like I said, not the best, and it's right around that range as well. So I don't hold Uber. My problem is I feel like Uber is like, Uber has a great potential profit margin. I just don't know about their growth. It's like I said, it's an okay stock. It's not for me. I'm not a big fan. Just personally, appreciate all the subs coming through. Appreciate it, guys. Yeah, hopefully for CEI, the people that's down 9,000, I'm hoping it goes up for you guys, but just know it's a terrible company. CEI is a very low float stock. A lot of it can move really, really quick. Very low market cap as well. So can it go up from here potentially? But I think the most the path of least resistance is probably down from here. I call it Uber, but not really the same model for Houston. Yeah, I will definitely take a look at it. That is interesting. What's up, Chris? Have you looked at ATNF already? How does it look to you? Oh, I don't think we've looked at ATNF, but yeah, we'll take a look for you. No worries. Haven't seen you in a while, Chris. How are you? ATNF 180 Life Sciences Corp. So very interesting chart right here. We look like we had a SPAC. Maybe we dropped down. It does look decent right here. I love this double bottom. We have a nice double bottom and a nice bullish engulfing candle forming on the daily. If you were to buy right here, if you have a stop loss at about $5, at $5, it could be a good play. But yeah, we do have a lot of room to move up. The chart is looking decent with that double bottom. As long as you have your, actually a stop at about 523 would be better. But yeah, it looks decent, starting to curl up. So, could make some moves for sure. Cut Uber, but not really the same model for Houston. Yeah, I will take a look at that. I do like the whole Uber model as a whole, and especially with truck drivers. There's Who knows? That could take a lot of the that there's be definitely a big demand for big companies. And also, I think drivers would like that. They can take the orders they want. They don't have to, they can go where they want. I do like that idea. So that could be huge. I will take a look at that. Appreciate all the subs coming through on YouTube. Sometimes they don't show up on here, but nonetheless, I do appreciate it. Okay, Okijin, I did take some shares at 880. Let's see how that's doing. Okay, perfect. So I did take some shares. Let me look what I got filled. I had a fill on 885. Okay, I got filled at 885. So I did take an extra shares. Some extra shares down here isn't bad. These low nines. I probably will risk off the low of 878 on all of my other shares. Hopefully we can see a bounce plate here. Not a terrible spot to add right here with the catalyst coming and a really, really great chart. Just make sure that your 878 is probably a good stop loss. Yeah, I mean, stop losses is, yeah, you're welcome, Chris, no worries. Good idea to use stop loss. Got killed in early trading years, not sticking to those trading rules. Don't fall in love with stocks. Yep. Big on stop losses. I usually, when I day trade, I have big rules. You use 10% of your portfolio on any swing, any day trade. You risk off 10%. You're only going to lose 1%. Yeah, stop losses are huge. You just got to make sure your stop losses are on support lines. Stop losses are big. And people make the argument that market makers can see them, blah, blah, blah. In med, never seen this guy. So I bet it's downtrending. Yeah, with this, not interested in buying at all. And hi from UK. But when I look at a stock like this, a stock is not just going to randomly bounce for no reason. It's just not going to randomly bounce one day. So we actually really bearish. We're making new lows on the weekly chart all the way from 2018. Don't really see a big bounce coming. There could be a bounce, but I take the look at when we talk about stocks that, they're just not going to bounce for no reason. I am looking at APVO for a potential swing into next week. This stock from $60 all the way down to 15. It's just not going to randomly bounce. This is a good example. APVO is looking decent into next week, though. Thanks, Subby. Appreciate it. I'll come through. I'm looking at APVO for a swing into next week. Couple that I'm looking into next week. I will update you guys back with that. Okay, are they just like all coming in now? Okay, cool. Hopefully you get your little thing pop up. The little zombie. Yeah, in a fast-moving market, you use mental stop losses. Limit orders will get hit. Yep, they do. Especially if you're using something like CEI, I use mental. Yeah, if you look at that ticker too, if the dark pool is looking really, really messy, you can get hit out both ways. So they're a good idea. Obviously, for more liquid or more liquid stocks like Apple, stuff like that, Amazon, you can use stop losses for lower float. Stop losses for sure. Deserve the like. Great content. Thank you, Justin. I appreciate it. It means a lot. I also like DXLG. Quarterly growth looks good. I appreciate it. Thank you. Means a lot. I'm glad that you like the content. Wow. When we're talking about stupid chart. Sometimes we have names for charts and they're called stupid charts because this is a stupid chart. I assume that earnings were really, really good. Let's see if earnings can justify this move. And maybe this could be a huge potential. The chart looks really, really nice. Let's take a look. DXLG. Okay. Well, first of all, I want to look at their market cap. So 400 million, not huge. American, nice employee number. Let's take a look. Oh, wow. We're going to look at that earnings call. Huge beat. Financials. So, again, quarterly, we have some really, really nice growth. Yeah, it looks like we're about doubling year over year. The problem is that growth number, I don't understand why it's up so much. Let's take a look at our earnings calls. So our earnings call, EPS, huge beat. Our cash on hand is pretty low. We're going to have to do an offering here soon, so watch out for that. Our net income, our net income is pretty bad, a low cost of revenue high. Wonder why this is running so much. Interesting. Did I look at the right stock? That doesn't make sense. There must be something that I'm missing here. Really, really nice chart, but the growth doesn't back it up. Mohammed, yeah, no problem. Yeah, that is stupid. I would probably stay out of this stock when we go 18 cents to $8 off of. There's probably something I'm missing in there. I'd have to dig a little bit deeper. Um, and then also we're getting really, really heavy on our MACD. Yep, offering is coming. That's the um, yeah, that's the problem here. And an offering will tank the stock about 80%. I'm telling you right now. Offering is coming, and if we just, it's pretty basic to see an offerings happening. We're losing money pretty much every quarter. Cash on hand is 5 million. We will do an offering soon. You can bet your butt. Um, can you look at TMC? I don't know. Okay, yeah, we can look at that. You got WRTH gap fill. Love gap fill plays. If you look at my other video, make lots of money off of gap fills. WRTH. WTR. I'm stupid. WTRH. Okay, let's see. WTRH. Nice. Nice find. Yeah, over $1.48. There's a gap to $1.55. We could see some momentum. This actually wouldn't be bad for a day trade, honestly. Actually, pretty overextended in my opinion, and the gap to fill isn't too big. It's only $1.47, so only a 7-cent gap fill. If it does hit $1.48, you could play that for a scalp, but not too interested. Does look all right. Wise beyond your years. Thank you. I appreciate it. I just turned 21 on Wednesday, so not too old, but I do appreciate it. I appreciate it. One day I hope to start a hedge fund, so we'll see how that goes. I do do that. Very nice comment from someone who's been in there for a long time. Really, really appreciate it. Thank you. Insiders, yeah. Something we want to look at too is a stock. If a stock is owned, the difference between it, the float being owned by retail or institutions. So very, very big thing to look at. TMC. I don't like TMC long term. TMC, finance, Yahoo Finance. You can just look at our percent. I've actually never really looked. I have an app that does it. Let's look. It's got to be here on Yahoo Finance. There's no way. Yeah. Average volume. We're way below that. Had a big jump. Conversations, historical data, maybe. No. Profile. Here's on financial. Here's a really, really good sign too. You can look at. I love when I look at my growth stocks. I literally look at every single chart on here. There's so many good things on here. Conversation statistics. I don't know where that is. Fiscal year. If someone has a good idea to look at that, let me know. I have an app that does it, but on my phone, I'm not sure. If anyone has insider ownership. Yeah, that's the thing. You need money. Luckily, I have been, actually, it's quite crazy. I have had people on YouTube DM me specifically that have, what is the percentage of gap being filled? Stocks usually fill their gaps. It's like a magnet. Usually does that, especially with that momentum that we saw today in the volume. It is interesting. I've had a lot of people on YouTube come here with that has multi-million-dollar portfolios and being like, let me know when you start your hedge fund. I'll give you $100,000, to put in there. So very, very interesting. You do need a lot of investors and stuff like that. Lots of money to get listed on a NASDAQ. That's a whole other thing. But I think with my growth portfolio, with my, kind of pretty much like Kathy would, but I would focus more on hypergrowth. But yeah, investors is what you need. You need a lot of them. So, making connections even with, people even through YouTube sounds kind of silly, but, one day making those connections. And I do have a really, really big connection. There's a pretty big brokerage firm I've been talking to about interning there. They own about $3 billion of assets locally. So it's pretty big. So yeah, connections, man. If you're in any workplace, just connections are it. Connections. You could be dumb as a brick, and if you knew Jeffrey Bezos, you'd get a job at Amazon, right? UPH looks good for this gap to fill. If you risk off, like I said, $1.87 would be your risk off the last low right here, and you could see a potential at 256. We are filling this gap in nicely. We do see some volume come in, and MACD is turning positive on the daily. So, potential, yeah, it's got potential. For sure. Exact. Just don't get stuck bag holding. Also, this company is interesting. It just IPO'd. A lot of these IPOs get flushed out by big hedge funds, analysts, so they can get in cheaper. So might be something to look at this here too. It's down 90% or about 80% from its highs, and it's just an IPO. I might take a look at that. I'd be interested. Port that I manage myself just got series license and intern somewhere. Oh, really? Interesting. Yeah, I'm interested. I appreciate it. I appreciate it a lot. Port that I manage. Oh, you manage it yourself. Interesting. I'd be interested. Port that I manage myself. Just get your series license and intern somewhere. Yeah, I gotta get my series. I'm working on. I want in college right now. I'm getting a finance degree with a. I just want to have my degree, so I'm getting a. I'm getting a major in finance and then a minor in economics. I think. I don't know if I'm gonna do micro. Probably micro, like micro. Um, yeah, yeah. Appreciate that, Lou. But yeah, I got to get my series license for sure. I don't know how hard it is. Everyone I've talked to said that I'm pretty knowledgeable, and the series shouldn't be too hard for me to pass. But they're no joke. They are hard. I heard that the one thing that I'm really good with equities and all this crap. But my problem is when you look at options, there's so many different options. Like there's straddles, there's so many different straddles, and you have to know every aspect of the options chain. You have to know how to calculate gamma and theta on your own, which is pretty much implied volatility on the options that you pay for your time. But all that crap. So maybe I'll start getting. But like I said, I have a general understanding of options, but for all those different kinds and how to calculate gamma, I just know what gamma all the Greeks are, but um, lots of stuff you got to know for those series exams for sure. Um, Maybe I can start selling off of the pink sheets. Um, are pink sheets an actual? I know pink sheets are an actual thing from Wolf of Wall Street. Um, Great idea on the finance degree. You will do fine. Seems like you like it. Oh man, I just love even just going over the market. I love doing this kind of stuff. That's all I like is the stock market. Just love it. Um, so yeah, I was thinking. I was like, might as well just make a career out of it. I do it every day. Yeah, CRTX. You have to wait. You have to have them though. No over the counter. Oh, you have to have them no over the counter. Okay, I see. Thank you. No over the. I wouldn't do that. I generally even on this channel, I don't want to screw people, right? If I can make people money and then I make money, great, but never want to just screw someone. I need to get a new chair too. This chair sucks. Yeah, the finance degree. I'm still working on my minor. We'll see. CTRX. I jumped in at 566. Let's take a look. June, give me a different ticker. I don't know if that one's working. Not sure. SPY is doing good. Looks like we broke out on SPY again. Let's take a look. Ooh, we're really breaking out in SPY. Interesting. So there's some Fed minutes or something? Yeah, SPY is definitely out of the bearish zone. We talked about SPY being out of bearish zone indefinitely. So, well, not indefinitely, but for now. My growth portfolio is going down though. I bet IWM took a tank. Let's take a look at IWM. That makes sense. Okay. Sometimes my growth portfolio goes down. You look at IWM. Oh, okay. You can see that. All right. If you're tuning in here, appreciate all the subs coming through. If you guys are interested, I got a Discord. I got all my socials, all that stuff. If you would like to take a look. Like I said, next week I'm really going to start putting in the time on alerts and stuff like that. So next week it's actually been terrible. I thought I've been streaming for 3 weeks now, and I took 2 days off, and I just hated it for my birthday. It was bad. Should not have. Yeah, pink sheets. Maybe I'll be the next Jordan Belford, but not Jordan Belford. I'll just have my hedge fund is going to be going up 200% every year. And no problems with the SEC. No inside trading, anything like that. Just good stuff. Oops, CRX2. You are fine, June. No worries. I get tickers mixed up all the time. I'd probably get, let's see. Actually, I would have a stop at like $5. Let's take a look. It does look like it's curling up. I think a stop at like $5 would be a better idea, or even like yeah, $5, 4.97 would be a good stop. We are starting to see us curl back up a little bit. Yeah, we are starting. You know, this actually it doesn't look too bad on the 4 hour. We could be forming a flag, so I think this actually isn't a terrible stock right now. We are starting to coil tightly. We looks like we did find a bottom here. Nice inverse head and shoulders pattern too. Inverse head and shoulders is a head and shoulders but flipped upside down. So here's our shoulder, head. Yeah, this actually looks like a decent swing. We have a lot of room up to about $8. So it doesn't look too bad. Pink sheets went away. I think they were replaced by over the counter. Okay. Yeah, I know they were replaced somehow, and I know the commissions were high. Over the counter. I don't even follow over the counter stocks. The only one my uncle always tells me he buys more KG every day, and yeah, he's a KG fan. But supposedly, like guys working at Budweiser made this company, and it's like hemp energy drinks or something. I don't know. Cool. Appreciate everyone being here. We have 30 viewers today. That's great. So many subs coming through. Wow, geez, we had a lot of subs today. Really appreciate all the subs coming through. We are super close. Yeah, you're welcome, June. Do you think Visa is going to break 233? Nice, yeah. Let's take a look at Visa. I haven't looked at Visa in a long time. Wow. So we have a super strong chart looking here. We have over 233 is going to be hard. If we break out of 233 is going to be a breakout zone. So, looks like we've just been consolidating in here for a while for the last couple weeks. So Visa, if we do break 232, I would be looking to buy some calls for the end of the month at 242. But until we can break that, I don't know. It looks like what I'd really like to do is we're in this trading channel, so we only want to buy if it breaks out of here, buy at the bottom of the support or short at the top. So hopefully maybe we'll see back at 220, but if we do break 232, I would be looking to buy some calls. I traded pink sheets in college, literally pink newspaper type sheets. Seriously, I didn't even know that was a thing. I traded pinks in college. That's hilarious. Did you like make any crazy money or like lose any crazy money? I'm sure there's some crazy swings. Yeah, Visa is setting up for a daily breakout soon. Probably not today, but yeah, is looking for a nice daily breakout eventually. That is for sure. Let's take a look at CEI. Everyone's always asked me about CEI, and I feel bad for people. You see people on Twitter saying, "Oh, CEI to $50," and people, someone with 500,000 followers, people follow. So I do feel bad, but hopefully you guys can. Like I played CEI with all my followers, but you just got to make sure you have. Who the hell is calling me? Lost stupid money I didn't have. Yep, lost. Shame. Ew. Interesting. Yeah. But yeah, CEI, it's sad. You see people with 500,000 followers on Twitter, they tweet out something, they pump it up, they get out. So hopefully, if you guys, like I say, I do like playing those Twitter pumpers. There's lots of volume that comes in. There's a lot of money to be made, but just make sure that you have proper stop losses and you're always raising your stop limit up when the stock goes up, and you're also scaling some out. We talk about that a lot. I don't feel like actually day trading today because I'm kind of out of the loop, but if we do day trade, I try to make that very. I probably need to do a little skit on that. I do need to upload some more videos to my YouTube. I don't know. Sometimes I get lazy. I'm actually not lazy about YouTube. Appreciate all the likes on this video too. But Okijin, let's take a look at that because I did tell you I added some shares. I did add some shares at about 880. I'm gonna keep. I have a good average on these shares regardless, but. I got a stop loss at all those at about 870. We have a bearish engulfing forming, so lost stupid money that I didn't have. That happens. Geez, Bitcoin is ripping. Yeah, the only things I can think of today is adding some Riot equities with Bitcoin doing super well. Riot had that nice triple bottom, and it hasn't really followed Bitcoin as closely as Mara. We have a lot of room to run. So, yeah, Riot, I might be looking to add some equities. Bitcoin usually runs over the weekend when we have these big intraday or intra-week moves. So, yeah, maybe looking to add that. That might be my position. Maybe for a decent, probably a big position on those. Could see some nice upside on those. Or actually, even I think Riot for a swing. We're gonna review the Riot chart after this because I am thinking of nice swing on equities. I don't really like playing calls on Bitcoin plays or calls and puts. They're just super volatile. Timing is really hard. Um, but we'll take a look at Riot. Riot is one of those stocks that could go. Riot has not been following Bitcoin. Crazy big move. So buying down here with the target at about 38, even buying some calls at 38 could actually hit. History repeats itself usually, so I do see this going to 37. So I'm going to be adding some equities here throughout the day. I have been a little bit. No lunch money today. We'll see. The lunch money would probably just be adding some of these Riot shares. I love Riot right here. I think, and actually we're setting up a nice bull flag as well. I think if I'm going to be looking to add some Riot shares once we break out of this flag right here. Two-Face seemed cheap based on today's movement for 50 earlier this morning. Yeah, I'd have to look. I can't look at the options chain on Thinkorswim. I don't know what our price is. Wow, and Bitfarm is really close to this breakout. Above 552, we're going to go parabolic. Bitfarm 28 22. Yeah, they do they're probably cheap. I do think that 650 calls could hit too, but yeah, we're really getting close to a huge breakout on Bitfarm. Over, like I said, 553 is going to be some really nice moves. Do you think it would be better to buy any? Any is also another Bitcoin. Any is another play that is setting up really well. Any on this 1 year, 1 day, we have a big breakout coming on the daily. We've been forming in this symmetrical triangle, or our bull flag, really nice. So any and Riot. I think Riot is more what I'm leaning towards right now just because of the history. Again, whenever we bounce off of here, which we just did, we usually see a $10 move. So I think that there's a lot of potential. So I'm gonna, like I said, I have been adding a few Riot shares. I'm probably gonna add some at the end of the day, or if we break this bull flag for some continuation into next week, most definitely. Yeah. Did you get out of Wish as well as no? I'm still in Wish. I'm out of Futu and Tiger. These China names, the best growth stocks I've ever seen. I mean, they're growing at 200% a year. The sentiment sucks. Not playing China again. Not doing China. Learned my lesson on China. I'm completely out. I do have a Wish at about $5, just for a longer term swing. Super undervalued company. Really nice revenue growth, profit margin. Everything's intact. The stock just hasn't won a run yet. But yeah, I'm out of Tiger and Futu. I'm not playing those names again. It's so hard because, like, Futu, I mean, it's such a... If you just... I'm going to pull it up because you guys got to understand. Like, it actually pains me to, like, not hold Futu. But I just can't anymore. I sold out before this big sell-off. I only lost about 8% on Futu, but it is what it is. I mean, these numbers speak for themselves. Look at this growth. We quadrupled last year. We doubled almost the year before and almost tripled the year before. I mean, I don't even have to look at anything else besides that. That is just insane growth. And we have this insane growth, and we're down to $63 all the way back to 2020. So, man, it's hard for me to not... the China sentiment sucks right now. People think they're going to get delisted, whatever, but... That is the best growth stock I've ever seen, and we're down 80% off of no company news. NXT. So, super hard to just... kind of bummed, but... NXTP, yeah, one of those stocks that could continue to run. We broke out of our IPO range right here, so I don't know. I don't know much about the company, but for a swing, it could definitely... Especially right here. We got a nice dip. Yeah, I think NXTP could definitely hit $5 for sure. We broke our IPO. We have a lot of momentum. So much volume today. That volume candle is insane. We will see some continuation in the next week for sure. Man, Riot's about getting ready to break out as well. I'm going to add a few more shares. I have about, I'll be honest, I got about $1,000 worth of Riot now. Right now, I'll probably be looking to add about another 1,000. at the end of the day, I think we're going to see some big moves. I actually was lucky to get Riot in these 27s earlier this morning, but I think I'm going to be adding some more for a potential move up. And obviously for Riot, a 26.7 stop loss will be a great stop loss. 26.7. Thanks for all the subs coming through. Again, all my socials are below. Let me make sure that those socials are up. Okay, yeah. All those are there. Discord, Patreon. I need to remove this. Don't do this. And then Twitter. Right on. Yeah, and I do need to go early today. My girlfriend has a concert, and I need to go get her flowers and dress up. Let me turn on the camera real quick. We'll do a profile view. Actually, we can turn on the camera. I don't even know why my camera's off. Why did I even turn it off? All right, there we go. There we are. Okay. Just can't pull the trigger. Yeah, I mean, Riot for me to pull the trigger right here is kind of a no-brainer. I'm gonna add some shares too on my. I'm gonna add another few hundred shares. We're breaking out of this bull flag right here. See, I'm gonna add another $500 to my position. Let's add 500. Buy. Go $500, and we are done. Market order. Send. Perfect. Got another 500 shares at this bull flag breakout. I would like to see some continuation. I would like to start a position in Futu in the future. Where would you consider starting a position if the Riot looks very bullish on the 15-minute as well? Yes, very bullish. Oh man, I don't recommend getting into Futu. It's so hard. I just showed you guys the financials. How are you not bullish on that? Honestly, Futu at $46, I would probably buy. Again, $46, we have this amazing support. We just don't have any support. $46 would probably be the trigger. In talking about something that has 10x potential, I think Futu should be a $400 stock, in my opinion. So buying at 40, you have a 10x potential if the China sentiment returns, but it's just no falling bottom. I never use market orders. Yeah, I know some people, and we actually didn't even break out of this bull flag, but that's fine. We're retesting the resistance line. That's fine. Yeah, limit orders. For someone who's only buying $500 worth, market orders are fine, but if you are adding lots of shares, limit orders definitely will save you some money. Most definitely. If I am adding lots of shares, like if I'm adding 10,000 shares in CEI, I will use a limit order, most definitely. For some that I'm just going to add up a couple shares, yeah, let's use a market. But, you know, it's probably a better idea just to use a limit order, regardless of your position sizing. Thanks for all the subs coming in. Appreciate it, as always. Okujin. Interesting. Oh, hey, what's up, buddy? Hey, got my buddy listening. Give a shout out. What's up, Jason Hedrick? Blow his mind as he will subscribe to your channel and he doesn't read comment. Oh, I see. Oh my, I just like read that at the same time. What's going on, Jason Hedrick? What's going on, brother? Yeah, Lou, if you, I mean, well, you could probably see it right here, but what's going on, Jason Hedrick? Glad you're here. Hope you like the content. Good point. I trade with larger money. Yeah, I mean, if you're trading, you know, hundreds of thousands of dollars, limit orders, obviously, but for my measly $1,000, you know, yeah. Yeah, you know, I know there's so many different, yeah, and then you can go even into market makers if you're using lots of money and like look for better deals through market makers. There's so many different things you can do. Yeah, larger money, definitely limit orders work the best. I would recommend that. Cool. Man, what's your man? Price targets are so hard for me. I actually don't know if Okijin has any more steam. Again, I'm really good at finding the moves before they happen. So like I said, I've already scaled out a lot. I already have an average at about 750, and I scaled some out at 1050. So I probably wouldn't. It's pretty volatile. I don't really have price targets are super hard. They have pending news. You have to make own price targets for yourself. Just make sure you have a good stop loss. When you're looking at price targets, I scale out every five. I scale out as the stock goes up, and I always raise up my stop limit, so I never make a winning trade into a losing trade. So just make sure you're staking some shares off as you make some more money on it. Price target's gonna be hard. I mean, if I'm looking at the chart, like I said, it kind of this daily really looks bearish. We have this retest, but I mean, we've been coiling for so long that we could see all-time highs on good news. Maybe I just price targets are really hard. Do you hold STNE as a growth stock? No. STNE don't. I feel like I've heard of it. Yeah, super bearish chart. We do off of. I mean, we do have a really nice bearish bullish engulfing. Talking about another swing. This could be a good swing with the stop loss under the stop loss at 33. We have a lot of room to move up. This is a nice chart setup. We could see some moves up here, especially that we have this nice double bottom forming. Not a double bottom, but yeah, there's actually a lot of upside right here. Would be a potential swing. What are you using for trade management and filing your schedule? What are you using for trade management? What do you mean for trade management? I have I have M1 Finance that I use for my growth portfolio. It makes it really easy. It's pretty much just percentage based. I can put what percent. So I do like 60-70% into hypergrowth. So I have it percentage based with M1. It makes it really easy. The other 30% is on E-Trade. I don't know what you mean by that. Trade. You have to tell me what you do, but what you mean by that. Trade management though is just stop losses, and I only use 10% of my portfolio and have it at the most a 10% stop loss, so I only lose 1%. Well, cool. Wow, appreciate all the subs coming in. Appreciate it. Wait, your trade's $5 a transaction? Matching up, I don't do that, matching up your trades. And if you mean like go back and look, I'll just look at what my orders were. I'd never really go back and look. Matching up your trades. I don't know what you mean by that. Sorry. Who's your day trading broker? E-Trade. E-Trade is the place. I like E-Trade. I can do it on my phone. I don't really like people. I'll pretty much tell you how much money, but I don't really like people. Actually, great place to buy right now, right here at the bottom of the support line. It's probably going to bounce off of there. Take a look at SPY. Anywhere that's not going to charge you, even Robinhood. Who trades you five? Yeah, you shouldn't. Yeah. Oh, let's take a look at STNE growth. Yeah, they should not be charging you $5. Yeah, they should not. That is terrible. Look, E-Trade, Robinhood, TD Ameritrade. I don't know who's charging you $5, but that's nonsense. Yeah, wow. Okay. Growth is there for sure. We'll talk about 2017, 2018, really good. 2019, we did slow a bit down this quarter, but still pretty good growth. Quarterly, this is the problem for me. The last quarter we did really bad. I want to see us over $1 billion, or over $1 million. This isn't thousands, over $1 billion. Over $1 billion revenue, I'd be really bullish on. Yeah, the last quarter kind of sucked, but the growth annually is there. So yeah, decent growth stock. This next earnings is going to be very key. That is for sure. I am E-Trade Platinum for 20 years. Love them. Yeah, love E-Trade. I like M1 for my growth stocks because I can sit there and tap what percentage goes in there, and I can rebalance it very easy. But yeah, E-Trade is great. Laugh out, man. I'm with Quest Trade for $5, but still a switch. Yeah, make a switch. Make a switch. $5 a trade adds up. Shoot, that's my lunch money. Yeah, I would try to recommend getting out of there. OZSC. Not. Oh, man. I don't have a clue. This looks pretty terrible. We're almost down 99% from the top. It sees little bounces. Looks pretty bad overall. Not interested. That's kind of the rundown. Again, if the chart is good, I will look at growth, but still, there could be some catalyst pending that could move this up a lot. So I don't have the time to look at the catalyst or the knowledge. So, if there's good catalysts coming up, the charts don't really mean much. But for the most part, I don't really know. Ugh, Riot. Should not have it. Still swinging Riot. I was hoping that it'd hold that bull flag, but that's okay. Let's look at my favorite growth stock of all time, APPS. Another strong day. Do need to see a pullback. I think our fib level is at 88, so we bounced back down from that fib level. Fib level is a whole other lesson as well. XP doing good. Lots of good names. Yeah. $5 back in the day was cheap and no more. Yeah. Well, even when I started right when Robinhood was made, $5 would be cheap, but when there's all the brokers are free right now, so if they're charging you, you're getting scammed. Not scammed, but yeah, I would say scammed, honestly. $5, geez. I mean, I probably do 1,000 trades a year, so that's like $5,000. I don't know, maybe not 1,000, but it's like a significant amount of money that I'd rather not be just giving to them. Now, the only bad thing, so let's talk about someone like Luke, or someone who has a little bit more capital. What I used to like is that I make almost 2% in my account. TD, I think, offered 2% interest on your just your cash account, so all the money that you didn't have working. So they took out the free trades. They stopped charging, but they brought those interest rates down. So they're actually they are making a lot more money now. Well, yeah, JC, I will quest trade charges commodity. It could be 5 for farm or 29 for metals. I would leave, but 43 stocks would kill me. Jeez, that's crazy. Quest trade. Wow, is that Canada thing? APPS. I mean, again, with all my growth stocks, we just look for little dips because sometimes. Obviously, I think a pullback into the 80 range would be good for APPS, but this long-term hyper beast, anywhere on these growth stocks, any dips, I think is a great spot to buy. I don't really look at technicals too much. Yeah, we'll look at APPS. I think even just a red day, if we can get back into these low 80s, would be a great spot to add. But for the long term, just make sure that you're adding, and then crypto purchases. Yeah, I actually have Crypto.com through. Their spread is really nasty. They charge you a lot on the spread to sell and stuff. E-Trade allow. I hope so too. I'd move over all my Ethereum. I'm an Ethereum bull more over than Bitcoin. That'd be sweet. They will eventually. Like I said, I don't own a ton of Ethereum. I think I own like Ethereum and a half. Just enough to get excited when it goes up and say that I own Ethereum. Yeah, I think they will eventually. They have to, right? I mean, Schwab is good. There's so many good brokers. They all do the same thing. I'm not big on pot stock, Victoria has compelling growth. I don't like any marijuana stocks until they become federally legalized. Okay. I'm going to be bearish until that happens. Financials, yeah, until the feds, it's nationwide. I don't like, I mean, yearly, here's the thing. Yeah, wow, okay. I've never really looked at Tilray. Yeah, so every quarter we've been going up pretty consistently, so the growth is there for sure. Really, really nice jump. And I expect that this year will be even higher. So, wow, I didn't actually look at that. The problem is with the Fed. Interesting to see that type of growth with Tilray being down so much. Here's the problem that lies. The cost of revenue is pretty expensive, but our gross profit still isn't bad. But our cost of revenue is just so expensive. Even, we got to take a look at, our cost of revenue. We made more profit, but just so much cost of revenue. Maybe they're expanding or something like that. I don't know. But crazy to see this down to $10. Actually, at this $10 range is really ideal to buy. Actually, we do have a gap to fill down to 9. We do have a gap to fill down to 932. If we do fill down to 932, would be a great time to buy. Nice growth. Afraid to buy a whole Bitcoin, lol. Yeah, I wish I had enough to buy a whole Bitcoin, but just make sure you just add, a little bit every once in a while. Please check out TSM. Taiwan Semi-Metal Conductors. Now, this stock is a great long-term. One of my favorite long-term plays. Actually, yesterday would have been a really, really good spot to buy. We're filling in this flag. TSM is one of those blue chip stocks that is going to continue to go up. The problem is it's a really big market cap. Our market cap is 600 billion, so don't expect crazy volatility or to double your money really quick. But for semiconductors, look at this big annually. I mean, annually, this growth is really, really good, especially last year, almost 30%. Quarterly, our revenue is always going up. Very, very, very solid company to have in your portfolio long term. Like it. HLBZ pump. Do I need to short it? Yeah. All these IPOs, all these SPACs that get crazy, these low floats, I'd stay away from them. Would be a nice short all the way down to 1262 though, with that gap to fill. Try to stay away from those low float SPACs that just run because they're low float SPACs. Oh, man. Yeah, that's what you call a pump and dump. It'll literally go back down. Huge pump and dump. Wow, from 11 to 15. Yeah, that'll get pulled out pretty quick. No. That's for sure. TSM long-term, great stock. Love it. Cool. Well, I think we've been streaming for quite a while now. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to wrap it up today. Yeah, here's our gap to fill. We're going to be filling that down. I got some things to do today, unfortunately. Doesn't that suck? Jam treasury, but no shares available per usual. Yep, I would love to short it right there, especially down to that gap fill. I'm going to end it today. I will, count me on this. I am working on Patreon. Patreon is up. I'm going to start live alerts next week and the Sunday watch list. If you already are on my Patreon, I know a few of you here are, I will send you the links to that. And so we'll get that started next week. Excited for the Sunday watch list alerts. If you are a Patreon sub, that is, you can look into that. Discord is up there, social, stuff like that. I will be updating my growth portfolio. And I will be releasing a couple YouTube videos this weekend. So again, I'm going to really try this week. I'm going to really start to get some more content out, some more services like that. She plays the violin. She plays the violin. So yeah, she does that. She's smarter than me. The only thing I got going for myself is I'm decent at the stock market. I wouldn't even say decent. Above average, maybe. I wouldn't even call myself decent. How many pull-ups can you do full range of motion while fresh? You crack me up. You always ask these questions, dude. I used to be kind of ripped back in my during COVID. I was going to the gym every day. But now, yeah, Flyboy, you're welcome. No worries. Thanks for the nice words. I used to you get a girlfriend and it's over with. Have a good one. Thanks, Lou. Thanks for coming in here. Appreciate all the comments and insight. Lovely Love Islands. Yes, they're great. Have a great weekend, y'all. Yes, everyone have a great weekend. I'm going to end it here. I will talk to you guys. I will be live on Monday. Yeah, I will. So, yes, you guys are welcome. Make sure to follow if you guys... Oh, my God. All right. If you